Finding and trading key levels is very, very important, and that's why we tend to use support and resistance levels. I'm sure you must have heard about support and resistance, or maybe you've heard about supply and demand. There is a thin line between the two of them, and we are going to be looking at finding key levels with respect to the shiny metal gold, how to trade gold. Now, looking at this gold chart that we have right in front of us, the market is clearly an uptrend, a bullish market. So what does that mean? That means that we would like to go with a trend, preferably. The trend is your friend. So going with the trend, where would you like to buy? Because of course, as it's going up, it means you want to buy. So where would you like to buy? You would like to buy at the areas of support. So we are going to be marking those areas of support now, as we said earlier, finding and trading these key levels. And you are going to see how price has been respecting these levels for a while now. And I'm going to start from the information that we had right from Monday. So this was Monday, the start of Monday from here, this point here. I'm just going to start from this point here. As we always say, it's always good to look to the left-hand side. Once you look to the left-hand side, you'll be able to see some other areas. From Monday, we had this point here, and you can see we had a high over here. So we can consider this as an area of support, and then here an area of resistance. Still on that Monday, we can see that price did a bit of, after getting to these highs over here, which acted as resistance, price did a bit of sideways action, go back to this resistance point and then broke out. As it broke out, we had another area here of resistance, if you look clearly, and then look at what happened over here. Price came back to this area. Now, we could also call this a flip zone, as the market here was a former resistance, and as we had a breakout here, the other side would clearly turn into a support, and that's what we had over here. As price pulled back here, we had, by the way, we had news that came out on this particular day yesterday, which was the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. Another, we can see this massive candle with these threads. One thing I can tell you is that price tends to respect key levels. I repeat, price tends to respect key levels. And you can see that is what happened over here for this point of support. And then the price pushed higher, go back to this area of resistance and broke out. You remember when it breaks out of a level, the other side becomes the opposite. So here is now support. And as we had this price peak at this point here, making it a resistance, look at what we had. Price came back to this area of support. For me, it didn't quite get there, and it didn't quite give us the price action that would have used to enter. If you are using touch trading based on certain pending orders, this would have been a nice skill for you to push price up, and even here as well, right? Now look at where price is going back to. Price is going back to the area of resistance over here. So as we have been able to find these key levels, how do we trade them? Now here is an area of resistance, so we can find two things that could occur here. Price could easily bounce, respect the resistance, bounce, and then drop back down to the area of support, where preferably we would like to buy since the trend is up, right? So you could also get an entry here to sell at the resistance, or price could easily break out of this resistance as it had done in the past over here and here. It could break out of the resistance, here becomes support, and then we simply wait for price to come back here, get our entry here, and then push price higher. And then, as we always say, whenever you're placing trades or before you place trades, apart from looking at the trend, also look at the calendar. What do we have based on the high impact news for the USD, especially when we're talking about the gold, right? So these are clues that would help you not just to find these key levels, but then to trade them appropriately. Paying attention to the trend, paying attention to the news, paying attention to the reaction after price has broken that former area, like here, or resistance, and then pull back to this area of support, and then you look for your trigger to jump into the market. Don't forget your stop loss will definitely be below. It could be below these candles or this candle, but try not to make it way too far. It could be below a safe point, a safe candle where you set your stop loss. And of course, your take profit will be that previous resistance. And you could also wait to see if it breaks higher. If you had gotten an entry here, your stop loss could have easily been here below this, but to be a bit tight. I'd have preferred below this candle right about here, and it's pushing higher. So this is how we're going to be finding key levels, not just for gold, but for other instruments out there, and how to set our stop loss and of course take profits and trade management at the end of the day. So support and resistance is what we use for key levels. And in the next couple of videos, you keep on hearing us talk about support and resistance, flip zones, on gold, on Euro USD, on GBP USD, Bitcoin, and a few others as well. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. If this video was helpful, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and wait for more educational videos that would help your trading to improve. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day, and goodbye for now. Cheers.